So this video is for my mixed media elements dies. There's a ton of dies in this set, and if you scroll on my blog, again, the blog address is here. So if you scroll on my blog, you can see the picture of everything that comes in that set. You can see the measurements and everything, and then also get more information about the contests. So let's go ahead and get some tips and techniques for how to use these dies. So these are my mixed media elements dies from Spellbinders. You can see there's a lot of dies that come in this set. And you may also notice that they're kind of a little bit inky. This one's looking kind of green. That's because one of my new favorite things to do with the Spellbinder dies is something called Letterpress. So let's go ahead and take a look at what you can do with these dies. Okay, this is my leaf lace die. And this first image right here, I've done letterpress style. So I inked up the die and I put it on top of some of the manila paper from my mixed media stacks from GCD and ran it through the grand caliber, cutting it. Then I also ran it through embossing it. And if you wet whatever medium you are die cutting first, before you run it through the machine, especially if you're going to emboss, it really gives you a much better embossing effect on there. So this one was letterpressed. This one, after I die cut and embossed it without inking the die first, I then inked over the raised images while it was still inside of the die. So it gave me a stencil effect. Then this one, I actually letterpressed this one as well, but then after I took it out, I ran did a dry brush kind of a technique over the top just to ink over it. And then this is something from Want to Scrap. This is one of my new designer embellish from them. You can spritz this chipboard straight right onto the chipboard and get color that way. You can paint them, do all kinds of stuff. You can also put glue gloss and some of my fairy dust glitter on it. And then when you lay it over the die, then this is what you get, something like that. So that is the leaf lace. I absolutely love this little banner. I think that there's a banner on almost every project that I've made, or really close to every project that I've made. And what I love about this again is all the different effects that you can get. So this was letterpressed. I was able to do that as well using pattern paper. This one was letterpressed, and then while it was still inside of the die, I used it as a stencil to get only that center. This was letterpressed as well. And I have a new set of stamps from Art Gone Wild specifically for this die set. It has a solid background. Then you can stamp this image over the solid background. You can see it really well in this one. And then over the center of that, there's a solid piece that you can stamp over the very center, so you can change the color of just the center. And then there are multiple different words that can go inside as well. And you can even do things like emboss with that center piece only. You can add all the little words and stuff. So this is really fun, and I'll be showing a little bit more using that tomorrow when I do the Art Gone Wild reveal. So here are the bird and the wings, and you can really see the letterpress technique on this bird and on the wings. It ends up giving you a really, really clean and crisp look. I also did a really faint letterpress on this one. I did a letterpress on this one, and then I stenciled through so that I got a very clean line on the eye, and then I did some heat embossing in the center. I also have chipboard embellies from Want to Scrap, and so you can die cut your pieces and then put them right on top, so you can have nice little thick chipboard embellies. And you can do the same with the wings. Now this one I used the that craft label paper. So the embossing was actually backwards, but it's still embossed and you can still see that. So I glued it to the chipboard piece like this. This is the craft label. So I just removed this, removed the backing, glued it to the chipboard piece like that, and then I sprinkled it with glitter to get this, and then I added a little bit of ink around the edges. You can also, if you want to have that plain look, oops, you can also use the craft label as a sticker and then just stick it right on, and then you've got a thick but embossed embellishment. Now this is the branch, and again it does have the chipboard embellishment that goes with it, and there is embossing that you can do on this, but I feel that it doesn't look as impactful as some of the other pieces when they have the chipboard on it. So this is another one of those dies that I think looks really amazing with the glitter. So you just adhere the craft label to the chipboard embellishment with the sticky side up, and then glitter it, and then you've got this gorgeous glittered branch. The heart and the crown. And these are really small pieces. You can tell by how big they are compared to my finger. But you can do the same things. You can do letterpress. You can make a glitter crown by using some of the craft label paper. So just take the label off and then adhere it to the chipboard piece and glitter it, or you could just use it without the chipboard piece as well. Then for the heart, there's a lot of different ways that you could use that. This is letterpress again. This is just cut and embossed and then stenciled right through, and this is using the manila paper. And then this was just cut and embossed and then inked so that you could see that. And then this is using patterned paper with letterpress. And this is the last die in the set. This is the actual ATC center. It is 2 by 3, and a normal ATC card is 2.5 by 3.5. So this gives you the perfect center that you can frame with other items like cardboard and denim and stuff like that. So you can do the same thing. I love letterpress using the Spellbinder dies. And this is actually just cut and embossed and then inked so that you can see the embossing around the edges. This is letterpress on the paper that I designed to be compatible with the this particular die, and that's in the Botanique paper line from GCD. And then this is using manila paper, and that is also in the stack, the mixed media stack from GCD. So that was my mixed media elements dies. Love these. They are so much fun, very artsy fartsy. Don't forget to come back tomorrow so that you can see the reveal of the Argon Wild stamps, and you can enter to win this ATC card as well.